All right, team. Welcome back. Coach Aaron here with your Wednesday edition. This will be more of like the Metcon, the strength and conditioning. The skill work was the farmer's carry, waiter's walk complex. So now we're going to be getting into a little bit more of a technical movement. Now I know there's a lot written on this board, but it's easier than it looks, okay? There's just a lot to explain, but once I explain it, hopefully it'll make a lot more sense. All right, so we're going to set a running clock. It's just gonna start at 0 and count up, okay? From minute 0 to 6, I'm gonna AMRAP 2 alternating kettlebell or dumbbell snatches. So to start that first round, it's just gonna be 1 on the left and 1 on the right. So you can see here, I put left and right equals 2. And then I'm gonna do 4 burpees. Now our burpees are gonna be that full burpee with the push-up and the jump at the top. From here, I'm going to be adding 2 alternating kettlebell dumbbell snatches each round. Burpees are gonna stay consistent at 4, okay? So second round, you can see I'm at 4 alternating snatches and 4 burpees. So my third round would be 6 snatches, 4 burpees. And I wanna continue this pattern, adding 2 kettlebell dumbbell snatches until the 6 minutes is up. And we wanna remember the snatch rep count, okay? We're gonna rest 2 minutes. So from 6 to 8, you're resting. From minute 8, we're gonna pick up this sequence again, except we're gonna be working down. We're gonna be going down the ladder, okay? So let's say, for example, that at the end of the 6 minutes, I somehow was able to manage 20 alternating kettlebell dumbbell snatches plus my 4 burpees. At the end of the 6 minutes, I stop. I remember that rep count. At the 8-minute mark, I'm gonna pick back up where I left off. So that was 20 alternating snatches and 4 burpees. But now, instead of adding, I wanna subtract. I wanna decrease my snatch rep count by 2. And I'm gonna keep working this fashion until I have completed, back where I started, my original 2 alternating kettlebell dumbbell snatches and my 4 burpees. So once I've worked my way back down the ladder, the pyramid, what have you, that's when time is up. So that's why I put 8 minutes until you complete, okay? So I'll show you the differences, because there is a difference here, team, in terms of the equipment being used. So to start, I've got a kettlebell and I've got a single dumbbell, all right. So let's just say I started the timer, running clock, 0, 0, 0. I want 2 alternating kettlebell dumbbell snatches. So on that kettlebell snatch, team, it's really important that when I get set up, I want the horns of the kettlebell underneath my shoulders. Notice that my back is nice and flat with that slight bend in the knee. I'm gonna take my grip, so my thumb is pointed behind me, okay? And the horns are fashioned, so I'm gonna say that they're parallel to my body. So I want the handles to look like this, and not here. The reason being is because I want us to grip on the back side of the horns with the thumb behind us, okay? So from here, it is a complicated movement. It's a skill work that we need to be working on here, but I want to zip up my jacket, keep the kettlebell close, and right when it gets to about the sternum, I want to rotate and allow this kettlebell to fall, roll around the back side of the wrist, okay? That is gonna be more of the clean position. Now with the snatch, we need to generate a little bit more power. The kettlebell is still rolling around the back side of my wrist, but I'm really focusing on rolling that wrist and that external rotation of the shoulder, because what I really don't want to happen is to have this kettlebell flop on my wrist. It's gonna bruise it and it's gonna hurt, okay? So take your time. So the alternating kettlebell snatches, we're always gonna reset the kettlebell back to the floor. So this would look like, oh, I'm still cleaning again. All right, 1 snatch all the way down, and there's my 2nd snatch. So then I would get into my 4 burpees, okay? And again, it's the full burpee. So we got 2 squats to every burpee. Squat number 1, chest and thighs to the deck for the push-up. Collect those feet back to the hand. There's the 2nd squat, and from here, I just want to drive up through the heels. 2nd squat, And you can see I'm limited to the height that I can jump because I'm already touching the ceiling. So I'm gonna knock out 4 of those, and then I'm gonna come back, and now I've got 4 alternating kettlebell dumbbell snatches. So I wanna alternate right, left, and then from here, staying consistent with my 4 burpees, okay? Next round, 6 alternating snatches, 4 burpees. Again, I'm gonna be working that pattern until I get to the 6-minute mark. Remember your reps on your snatches at the end of 6 minutes, and then we rest for 2. So for the kettlebell, or excuse me, for the dumbbell, the snatch, the palm faces us, right? And we really wanna focus on zipping up that jacket and taking off that shirt to keep the dumbbell close to the torso, right? And so right when I would say the weight, again, gets you about that sternum, same with the kettlebell, that's when I wanna forcefully turn this palm over. The snatch is also a lower body movement team, okay? So we wanna focus on that hip thrust, that hip drive, and allow our legs to assist us to get this weight up overhead. So if you look closely, you can see that I'm coming off of my heels, right? And I want this dumbbell to make that straight line of travel, okay? I wanna keep it close to the body, and at the top I wanna make sure that my shoulder and ear are almost touching one another, because I don't want this weight to get away from me, either side, or forward and back, okay? Let's protect that shoulder. And so if you need that option, the first thing that we can do is do an upright row. Now again, this is alternating, so that would be my 2 reps, okay? So the upright row, still give me that little squat, that quarter squat, and use those legs to help drive that weight up, okay? That's if you don't want to go overhead. Now the second option would be to have the dumbbell to the outside of the leg, and we're going to drop down into that squat. We're going to use those legs to help us hammer curl, and then we're going to do a little dip and drive with those knees. So slight bend in the knees, drive up through the heels, and we're going to press that weight up overhead. So this can be a ground overhead, we could call it a clean to a jerk, some kind of press, okay? But again, it's alternating. And if you do it this way, team, let me show you. So let's say I'm gonna do the full-on snatch, right? So I want that dumbbell, the head, to make contact with the ground. So I'm gonna angle that dumbbell to touch, and I'm up, and I'm gonna switch arms midair, and I'm gonna touch again, and there's my 2 snatches, okay? So it is a skill work today, team, as well. But those snatches are great total body exercise, okay? With those burpees added in, you can see we're definitely gonna elevate that heart rate. So be mindful of your weight selection. We wanna make sure that we have that weight that matches our fitness level, and that we can safely and successfully, complete all of our reps. I'm gonna show you the board one more time. 0 to 6 running clock. To start, 2 alternating kettlebell or dumbbell snatches, 4 burpees. Increasing your snatch reps by 2, burpees stay at 4. Working all the way until the 6-minute mark. Remember your snatch rep count, rest for 2. So we pick the timer back up at 8. Remember, it's a running clock. And again, we wanna start where we left off from that 0 to 6 minutes, okay? So again, let's say we got the 20 kettlebell snatches, 4 burpees. We're gonna start there, complete the 20 in 4, and then subtract 2 reps from your snatch rep count until we get all the way down to where you've completed 2 alternating snatches, 4 burpees, and then you're done. And that's when you'll check your time. All right, have fun with it. Enjoy. Check back tomorrow, we got Zoom. Be good.